Hi everyone. I've just come on here today to let Jonathan speak about what he wants to talk about to you all. And I thought that it'd be better for you to just hear what he wants to say, rather than we were going to do a Q&A, but we thought it'd be better this way, so that you can listen to what he wants to say and take some guidance from it. I'm going to go into trance now, and I'd just like to, before I start, thank you all for your support on here, and we hope that you're enjoying it. And we've got the next demonstration coming up this Saturday coming, so of course that'll be recorded, so you'll have something new to watch, and we look forward to it actually. So we hope you enjoy this one, and see you on the other side. Not literally, but literally just relaxing. Okay. Hello everyone, I am happy to be here. And I bring healing and knowledge with me. And I hope that you will all take something from it. We love you, and we understand that life is difficult. But know that your people of the world are going through an awakening. So if you are receiving signs from us, for instance, numbers and that sort of thing, we are letting you know that you are always going to be on the right path, even though you may not think so. For instance, the human mind will analyze everything and say, well, am I in the right direction? Your soul, as I always say to you, knows the direction because it chose it, along with the other souls that are communing with you in your life. Even if you only meet them briefly, they may have influence and they may have knowledge to give you, and they will send you on your way knowing that their soul had planned to meet yours. So life is all about synchronicity. It is all about growth of the soul. And the soul doesn't get bored in heaven and keep coming back. No, it doesn't. But you are to experience both sides of it, and the soul wishes to do so. One might say, well, why is life so difficult? Because you chose it. because you chose to learn from the negative and the positive, the greater depths and the greater heights of emotions. You were very brave to do so, yes, one might add. But nevertheless, you will always learn something from it, because when you look back in the future and say to yourself, well, if I hadn't have been there, would I have been where I am today? Would I have known what I know today? If that hadn't have happened, would I be in the place that I am in today? Would I be amongst the people that I am amongst today if I hadn't been through that particular pathway? So see your life as a treasure, really. You are powerful, you are infinite, you are multifaceted. And some of these explanations that I give you, I may have given you before, but I come back here to remind you of it. Yes, because maybe you will forget how beautiful and loved that you are important. You are in the middle of the vastness of the universe, yet you are a powerful part of it. The earth is happy to have you here, experiencing life upon it, because the earth also lives and breathes and has a form of consciousness, doesn't it? It gives life, it receives life. Everything that grows upon it is lit up by the sun, and the sun has life too, because it serves a purpose. Everything that is within you, around you, above you, below you serves a purpose. There is not one thing in this earth or in the universe that doesn't serve a purpose. If you could see the energy of everything and all, you would understand it, but you cannot. Some of you can see the energy around things or within things, or you can sense the energy of it. But if you were to see all of the energy that is within and outside of everything, you would probably not be able to absorb it all. It would be simply overwhelming for you. And so that's why you experience some of it and not all of it. But when you come home to heaven, you will know the all of it, you see, because there you don't have any limitations. There you don't have any expectations. There you don't have a physical body, yet you can create the vision and the physicality of one within the strength and the energy that is mustered up in your Earth's atmosphere. So if you see a loved one, you are able to see that they have passed over, yet they are feeling and looking of solidity. They have to have great practice to do that. And they will present themselves as a physicality for a brief time that you are with them. Now, isn't that wonderful? Because they can make themselves physical for that moment. And then they will return home again, knowing that they have somehow comforted you that they are around. So those of you that see the spirit realm, or see the spirits, the souls rather, then don't be afraid. Because we are not here to harm you, we're here to love you. If you were to see your family member appear to you and you would be afraid, were you afraid of them in life? Why would you be afraid of them now? So I don't want to be flippant with these subjects, but I want to say that you are all creative, you are all important, you are all loved, you are all receiving and giving love. But to add to that, you are all able to connect with the universe and our realm. Because it is your realm too, but you are not existing in it at this present time. So when you say to yourself, well, I cannot wait to go home again, don't wish your life away. Live your life. Experience it. Find things that make you happy. Do things that make you happy. And when you are with your loved ones,
and you say to yourself, well, they are getting on my nerves at the moment. But know that it is only short-lived. And if that person that you love was getting on your nerves and then all of a sudden they weren't there, what would you say? Would you say, well, I wish I hadn't thought like that, but it was just an earthly thought, I gather, but now I wish I hadn't said this or done that? So make the most of each other and try and be happy together. We understand that sometimes people disagree. They do. But don't prolong it, because life is so fleeting. And one day you will all be in the spirit realm. And you will be looking back at your lives, not needing them anymore, but remembering them. Each and every one of the existences that you bore into, you will remember them clearly. It will become a subject that is just a passing memory. So in life, subjects become a passing thing, don't they? It's up to you whether or not you want to hang on to the positive memories of someone's life. So if you are disarranged in your life with your family unit, send light to one another. Don't send hatred, because all it'll do is thwart your positivity. All it will do is plague your mind, maybe not theirs. There is no point in hanging on to negativity, because when you're gone, or when they're gone, you just live with regret. And there's no point in hanging on to that either, is there? So you might as well enjoy each other whilst you are here. Do good things together, plan good things together. Go out into nature together. Spend time alone, spend time together. But whatever time that you have in this world, understand that it is only fleeting. Even if you lived 100 years or more, it's a fleeting time. But I must say to you that your energy of your earth is moving quicker than it was before. And most of you are saying time is passing by very quickly. Well, you couldn't be more right. It is moving a little faster than it used to. Most people would say, well, a child doesn't notice the time. Well, they're too busy doing things they might enjoy. Maybe you could go back to having that child essence of fun and laughter and games like you used to. Be a child for a day, because they don't worry. They have no fear. They have no fear of the future because they don't stop to think about it. We know that children do have their own fears sometimes in life, but looking at it from a point of view of worrying about the future, they don't think about it. They just go to play, and that's all their mind is on. They're doing something that makes them happy. So take an example from them, their innocence. Because when you grow older, you tend to think, well, I've got to be an adult. I've got to be responsible for this and responsible for that. I cannot be a child because I am an adult. Who says you cannot? Who says that you cannot have the joyous thought of a child for a moment, just to give you that pleasure? Who says that you cannot have the innocence that you once had, and not the responsibility for a moment? So what we say to you is, grasp life with both hands and absolutely live it. Don't sit there thinking about it. Do it if you are able. Because then when you come back home and you look back at your life, you realize that, yes, I did make the most of it. I did pass by negative situations and I didn't hang on to them. I did the best that I could to live my life as happily as I could, even though I expressed negative emotions at times and others expressed them toward me, I didn't hang on to it. I saw it as a fleeting, passing moment that I could learn something from, and then I would not get upset by it, because then I wouldn't hang on to it, because it is only fleeting, and then years later you don't even remember it. You've forgotten that moment because it was only a fleeting time. So don't hang on to negativity. What I would say is learn from it and then leave it behind. See yourself as worthy of experiencing happiness. Do not begrudge yourself of that. See life as being an absolute miracle, because you are all miracles. And the awakening is happening, whether you like it or not. It's not a thing that is going to be forced upon you. Your soul chose to be a part of it. So let your soul bring light into people's lives. Let it bring light into your life as well. Let it be a joyous occasion, rather than one that you live with regret. My advice to you is all of that. It is up to you what you do with it, where you take it, what you learn from it. So every time you have a disagreement with someone, look and think about it and say, well, perhaps tomorrow will be a better day. It's only a passing thing. It's only life. It's life. I will not get upset by it too much, because I know that tomorrow perhaps we will agree on things. And if you don't, the next day you will. And if you don't want to be around each other, do separate things for a while until you do. Nothing wrong with it. Those of you who are afraid to step out into life, into the new, be bold, be brave, and do it. Do things like you have never done them before. Look life in the face and say, I look you in the face and I live my life. I look at myself and I realize how important I am. I realize that I have a purpose here, and that I am loved, and that when I leave here, I don't have to worry anymore. I can live a joyous existence completely and utterly. But I will understand that I make the most of this life because it's only short term. If you look into the eyes of a person that cannot live their life as they would want to, if they have disabilities or they are paralyzed, realize that when you get out of bed in the morning, how lucky you are. Because when you look at them and see their limitations, and you look into their eyes and you see that they're absolutely loving people, because they love to see them move about, they love to see them do things, they want to join in. But they are usually the most ones that are appreciative of being alive. But remember, I say being alive, but there is no death. There is only death that you see, the dissipation, or the dissipation rather, of the physicality. That was once housing your soul. See it as that. See it as greatness. See it as a gift. I know that in your lives that you are probably thinking a lot of negativity right now with what is going on. You're frustrated, you may be angry about certain situations, but they don't last forever. You see, change is inevitable, and to adapt to certain changes, humans have always adapted in the end. Even though they disagree at the beginning, they learn to adapt to new things. You have your computers, you didn't have them before. You learn to adapt to them. You learn to work with them. You have accepted them and now you need them. If you were suddenly without them, then what would you do? You would panic. But would you? Would you think back to what you didn't have before, and would you manage? You probably wouldn't, because you would panic. But everything is forward motion, not backward. You can only think backward. Everything is forward motion, no matter if you are thinking if it is going backward in the way that it is playing out. There's always a greatness in front of it that you cannot see. And it's called evolution. Because the soul is evolving, so is the earth, so are the actions of the people. So out of this great big, seemingly sore wound that is going on at the moment, greatness will come, because the humans will adapt to that. And they will be better than ever before, because nothing like this has ever really happened, has it? The humans of the past accepted evolution because they knew nothing else. And because you have your technology, you know so much more. So you find out so much more. Information becomes easily available to you, whereas it didn't before. You were happily getting along with your lives and not even realizing anything. Now you know what is going on. It was time for the awakening. It was time for you to sit and think before. Now it is time to take action and think and live and evolve. So when it comes to your own self, go with the flow of life and do the things that you enjoy. And don't forget to love you, as well as loving others. Well, that is all I have to say for now. I am sure that I will come with more subjects in time. And I do hope it helps you all to understand that you are of greatness. God bless you, and I will speak to you again soon.